it. It is never too late. It is never too late unless you are late. Yes. It is never too late to start. Unless you are late, you don't want to start. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad, he said, "Inna mithli al-ulama fil ardi." The example of scholars who has knowledge on this land. And kamithli nujumu yuqtadi bihim fi dhulumati al-barri wal-bahri. Ayyuha Muhammad. He said the example of knowledge person. He has knowledge. The example is the example of the star or the moon that brings light in the darkness, where the people can walk out of darkness. Takbir. All these lights. We all sit down here and want to talk. When they put this light on, we can see each other clearly. Are you telling me, is this light that brings you here? Is it? No, is it? You are here already. This light only put a shining on it so that we can see clearly. Knowledge will put a shining onto you so that you will not be who you used to be. That is the importance of knowledge. That is the importance of knowledge. And Prophet started when he was 40 years old. And he studied it for another 23 years before he died. 63 he died. He started at what age? 40 years. A lot of his companions, they were older than him. Abu Hurairah, his senior prophet in age. Abu Bakr, his senior prophet in age. A lot of them, they senior him. They came to start to learn. We are not too old to learn. We are not too old. I don't believe. We are not too old. Your memory, as long as you start alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. If that is only what you want to learn for today, say it to yourself 20 times. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. Alif, ba, ta, fa. Before you complete 20 times, you memorize alif. You can recognize alif from ba, from ta, from sa. At night, before you sleep, take your something again. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. 20 times again. You can never forget alif forever in your life. Forever. That is what we saw you. Don't you we saw you learn here? That is it. Why are these children memorizing the whole Quran at the age of 12, 13, 14 years? Why? Because they keep reading it every time. It becomes a part of them. It enters their bodies. Wherever they see it, it's become part of them. And that is, if you want to learn alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, only 5 letters. One day, another 5 letters. Next day, another 5 letters. Apply the same principle. In 5 days, you memorize alif to yaw. You can test yourself. Just close it and take fresh book. Write it. Alif, ba. You will write it without looking at it again. Once you can be able to do that, then after we start again. When you see the stroke on the head, fatha. Down, kathra. Up, doma. See, when it's up, a, e, u, ba, bi, bu, a, ta, ti, tu, a, fa, fi, thu, ja, ji, ju. Keep repeating that again in the second week. 20 times in the morning, 20 times in the evening before you sleep. Another 2 weeks, you know, wherever you see it, the same principle doesn't change anywhere. They can write it in the Quran. Anywhere they write it, once you see it with your eyes, you saw it 20 times, you say it 20 times, it's committed to your memory. You will pronounce it. Even they write it on the signboard at the halal shop, you just go like that, you will read it. Isn't it? You will read it. But we've never started. If you can do that for a month, you will see how much you've covered. But our problem is that we are too killing ourselves with complex. Prophet did not kill himself. He learned, and he left us with nothing. He said, I do not leave anything for your inheritance except knowledge. If knowledge is not important, Prophet will not emphasize. Prophet will not emphasize on knowledge. Imam Sarnuji, I want to close with this. Imam Sarnuji, this Imam is the one that wrote Ta'alim al-Muta'alim, Tariqat al-Muta'alim. He said, knowledge for knowledge, the way of seeking knowledge. That is the title of that book. He said, Bijidillah bijadi kullu majidin. Bijidillah bijadi kullu majidin. Fahal jaddu bila jiddi bimajidin. Fakam abudun yakumu maqama urin. Wakam uran yakumu maqama abudin. Bijidin, with effort. Look at how he started. He said, with effort. La bijadi kullu majidin. Not because of your father. He said, Sheikh Adam is my father and you never learn. You become ignorant. Don't say, my father is Imam. And so what? We've seen a lot of people today, they will tell us today that my father is an Imam and they were in the church. Your father is Imam, you can say that to me, your father is Imam, and you end up in the church? Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. It's not because your father is this and you have to be like that. No. It is the effort of your father that made them to be what they are. Your effort will make you to be what you are. Do you see anybody that become great in life without effort and struggle? Obama, we talk about him today. I read his book sometimes last year. He wrote a book. Sleepless night. Once he became a law student, he was intimidated because of his skin color by his friend. He educated himself and he became a teacher, teaching in the Harvard University. And he said, now I felt I can rule this country. And it was a speech that Obama gave. First speech he gave openly. They accepted him that this man is fit to become the president of this nation. Only speech. He has done his assignment a lot at home. Sleepless nights. Not because who is Obama's father? Who knows him? Nobody knows Obama's father. Obama become president. He's just a common man like you and me. Obama gives honor to his family. Back in Kenya, everybody wants to associate with Obama because he achieved. Everybody like him. Everybody pray for him. He said, I want my children to become like Obama. Who wants his children to become like Obama? Who? It's only two women at the back. Alhamdulillah. If you want your children to be like Obama, to be greater than Obama, they can be greater than Obama. Come back and teach them the knowledge of Allah. What do I say? Come back and teach them the knowledge of Allah, which is Al-Quran. In this I submit, this Imam Sarnuji said, Fakama Abudun, how many are the slaves? They came from their family is not what mentioning. Nobody knows them. They are living in abject, absolute poverty. You know, some people live in relative poverty, but this one they live in absolute poverty. Nobody knows them. Fakama Abudun is a slave. Yaqumu maqama abudi. When he stood up, he stand up like a king. He stand up, everybody want to listen to him. He stand up, everybody want to come and welcome him. Can I have your phone number? Can I call you? What time can I call you? They start respecting him. This man yesterday was a servant, a slave. And when he stood up, he stand up with honor. Wakam hurran, how many people we have seen, they came from well-to-do family. When they want to stand up, they stand up and they hand up like a slave. They never look after themselves. Invest. The instruction you follow determine the future you will create. If you keep listening to somebody who tells you can't do it, Even though your mind, yourself, you tell you can't read, you can't read. You can read, you can read, you can read. Knowledge in Islam is very important. If you don't have knowledge, my dear brothers and sisters, I think Allah does not like you. You make yourself to be in that way. Allah doesn't make you like that. Everyone is a carrier, or every one of us, we are a carrier of purpose. We are a carrier of purpose. See, when we are running athletes, I am the second best. Not a fumble. Back in my secondary school, that was 20 years ago, 1994. When I finished secondary school, 1994. In the old school, I am the second best who can run faster on a track. If somebody now leaves his own track to come to my track, is disqualified already. That is the rule of the game. I cannot run a race of another person. No one can run my race, neither will I run a race of another person. We have our purpose in life. The reason why we fail is because we are looking back. Focus on your purpose. This man focused on his purpose. He produced. Well, I envy him. I envy you. Oh, confess. Open confession. I envied you. I envy you. Brothers, knowledge, as he is teaching them, is upgrading himself as well. The more he teach, the more Allah increases him. The more he teach, the more Allah increases him. The more he teach, the more Allah increases him. If another demand comes that these children are growing up, Allah will increase him again. That is the principle. So knowledge in Islam, brothers, if you don't have knowledge, people will take you for granted. People will tell you, people will make you what they want you to be, not who God wants you to be. Not who you should be. Why would this man? It was a slave in the slavery days in America. I studied this example. He said he's a slave, and he taught himself. He became a friend of the slave master, and he learned from slave master children. When his master was telling him to go and do something, he said, "An educated mind does not fit to become a slave anymore." Frederick Douglass is the man's name. Why? Knowledge. The master looked at his eyes. He said, yes, an educated mind is not fit to become a slave. So I emancipate myself. I'm no more a slavery. It's knowledge. If you empower somebody with knowledge, they can ask a question legitimately. Brothers and sisters in Islam, let us go back to the source of our religion. The source of our religion is what? Knowledge. Nothing you can do in Islam without knowledge. You need to have knowledge before you can walk. Don't start walking without knowledge. But I leave and I close my statement with I open with you that if you want to succeed in life, I said I will repeat it again. If you want to succeed in life, never doubt your little beginning. Can you say it? You will never doubt your little beginning. Yes. If you don't doubt your little beginning, your beginning will be massive. I wonder one day you will call me or people will call me that this hall cannot contain all your students in this town. I wonder that day. You may not see that day. This is what I'm seeing in you. You know, when you look with spiritual eyes, Allah will open your eyes. But when you look with your bodily eyes, you can only see what you are seeing. This is what I'm seeing in this man. If there is a need for him to go out of this country, to update himself, if he brings somebody to continue that struggle, this man will go and come back after 2 years and start and continue what he has started. Allah will never finish what he started. What Allah will not finish, Allah will not start it. Allah started with you, Allah will finish well with you. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillah.
Mo fẹ́ kí àwọn àfáwà náà àwẹ̀ tó ń pè ní òde kí ni wọ́n dáadáa ọlọ́ọ̀bá kó bá wa kí ẹkú kàìsà àfá Ibrahim olúgbọ́lọ́wọ́ ní èmi kọ́ ní kò ṣe pé mi náà lè fi ọlọ́run ọba torí tá a bá pè wọ́n sí Al-Quran téèyàn ẹ bá wá kò ṣe pé nítorí tèmi torí pé mi yìí mi ò tẹ̀ dá rárá mi ò dá fún kankan ọ̀wọ́ ọlọ́run ọba tẹ́lẹ̀ ọlọ́run ló jẹ́ kẹ́lẹ̀ ọlọ́run ọba adúgbò lọ́wọ́ gbogbo yín lápapọ̀ ọlọ́run bá kó bá wà pẹ̀lú ọlọ́run bá kó wá aṣọ yín padà sílé yín láyọ̀ tí lálàáfíà pàtàkì jùlọ àfáàmù sábà ti ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún wa látàrọ mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn gidigidi ọlọ́run gbogbo náà sọ fún wa ọlọ́run bá jẹ́ kí á lè múlò wọ́n ń pè mí ní orúkọ kan mi ò rò pé mo ti tó gbogbo orúkọ tó ń pè mí nílẹ̀ so ọlọ́run bá kó ṣàmì mi náà ọlọ́run bá kó ṣe mí lórí mímọ̀ gbogbo wa náà à ń seek for knowledge mo ti ń sọ pé mo fẹ́ ṣe èmi náà fẹ́ kí n speech látàrọ but àwọn tó ń pè mí ní sẹ́wọ́n jẹ́ kí n postpone rẹ̀ torí pé mo prepare speech ọmọ wa fún occasion right so pàtàkì jùlọ mo fẹ́ gbogbo yín kẹ́lọ́ wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àpá àwọn sáàkì yìí mo fẹ́ gbogbo yín kẹ́lọ́ wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ pé àdúpẹ́ kẹ́lọ́ wa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa lórí ọdún bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ owó yé fi tó jẹ́ pé normally ó yẹ ká fowó wa gbọ́ àlè quantify iye tí a máa san fún ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ṣùgbọ́n ọlọ́run bá abawa sọ wọ́n lẹ́sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọlọ́run bá abawa pè pé normally tá a bá pè wọ́n wá sókè tán ní ó yẹ kí ó ti ní ká máa fún wọn ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n wá nítorí tọ́lọ́ àtàlókè mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ ọlọ́run bá kó wọlá ọlọ́run àtàlókè mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ náà torí ọlọ́run bá kó wá sọ wọ́n lẹ́sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ọlọ́run bá dùn náà ló lè sọ wọ́n lẹ́sọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́run bá kó wá sọ wọ́n lẹ́sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọmọ náà ta torí ẹ̀gbìn wọn ọlọ́run bá jẹ́ kí àǹfààní ìgbóga wọn kalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ aláìlá ìlànà lọ́wọ́ àbí lọ́wọ́ àṣeyìnà abdulkadir ìbùdání lọ́wọ́ àṣeyìnà hamad ashidani lọ́wọ́ àṣeyìnà ibrahim niyaz alifatiha. Now, the next item on our agenda is recitation of Holy Quran by one of our students. She's a female student, and she has really mastered the recitation of the Holy Quran perfectly. I'm always proud of her anytime I listen to her reading the Holy Quran. Allah has so blessed her since last year we celebrated the Walimash Quran. Since that day, Allah, something miraculous happened to her. Allah just opened her to Al-Quran, to Al-Islam. And she started making research on about Islam. And anytime I listen to her reading the Quran, I'm always above the moon. That's hope. Allah has really made me to teach somebody Quran and made her to be able to read it perfectly like this. So I will now call on Fatima Bolani Adibayo to come and read the Holy Quran for us. Please, can you welcome her onto the stage, please? Takbir.
خشية الله